What's going on, Sandy Creek Patriots, YouTubers? I got something for you. Only thing you're going to need on this is just one sharp knife. Just a regular knife here, regular butcher knife, even a $5 Walmart clay knife, or $10 Walmart plain knife. This doesn't take much. Now I have a 10-inch knife. This is what I'll be using in a little one. Here's what we're going to talk about. Chuck roast. Now, when they cut these chuck roast, look at that one. Look how beautiful that one is. All right. Where's the one I was going to show you? Yeah, right here. This is off the front. All right. This is the very first cut off a chuck roast. All right. And what this is, that's the side I want right there. This end right here connects right to the ribeye. Your ribeye comes off of this, going down the back of the cow. You see that eye right there? They call that the chuck eye. And that's the reason why the ribeye has its name. Well, this is a roast. All right? But really it's not. It's two different steaks. You got your chuck eye steak, and you got your Denver steak, or some people call them, the way this is cut right here, because usually your chuck eye sitting here like this, and your Denver steaks right down here on the bottom flank, and they're usually running this way. But you can still cut these in Denver steaks. And all you really need is just a sharp knife and a pair of hands. It's really easy to do. You just go in there and get your fingers right in there. All right. Get your knife. Start cutting that webbing out. Get over here. Come right down on that fat. Now, this is going to be zero waste. I'm not throwing nothing away. Now, some of you might, but I won't, because all this little extra fat I'm trimming away, I'm saving it, and I'm going to throw it in my beef tallow. You want to get rid of that right there. Okay. That doesn't chew well. But it can go in the tallow. So, let's just go ahead and get rid of that bad boy right there. All right. Now what this is, some people will cut it up and call it a boneless short rib, which is true, because this end of it is what's sitting on the rib. Okay? But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get Alberta right here, and I'm going to come down here. Never got myself. Cut it in half. All right. Now, we're going to cut her in half again. That's 2 short ribs, or 4. Okay. All right. No waste whatsoever. Come right here. All right. Wow. Now look at that marbling. Now Now that's a good looking steak right there. Yes, sirree. 2 of them for $9.13 a pound. All right. A chuck eye steak is $7.99 a pound. We just got 2 chuck eye steaks, 4 short boneless short ribs. Now this one here is going to be the money one right here. All right. This one's going to be it. Look at that. That is one good looking Denver steak right there. And we have the chuck eye sitting right on top of it. I got another one over there that's not like chuck eye, it's just a regular chuck steak. But I picked it because it has a good steak on it. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to come down in here. We're going to get our fingers in there. And we're just going to start working it out. Taking our knife, working it away, staying right in that fat ring right there. This is a good looking chuck. Yep, come right here, try not, I got into the meat a little bit, but that's all right. You didn't get that much. Come over here and just cut down right there. All right. All right, this right here, we're just gonna cut off. This right here could be cut in stew meat. You know, cut up in the grind. Well, it's too late in the season for me to have stew meat. And I got some more beef I need to grind up, so that's going into the grind pile. All right, now look at that. Look at that marbling in that Denver steak. See him right over here. Try to hold your knife as straight as you can. Now look at that. Now to me, they say the filet mignon's the most tenderest piece of meat in on the cow. I'll have to agree with them. But some people say the flat iron off of the chuck cloth is the most tender. I'm gonna have to disagree with them on that. And I think I have a good buddy, Nick. I'm not going to say his last name. Will agree with me. The Denver steaks are the most tenderest cut. All right, so now we got 2 Denver steaks right here, right? 4 ribs. And that one was, this one was, what was it? I think this one expensive. Yeah, this was $11.48. We're still saving it. And it was 2.3 pounds. But what I did, the reason why it is so cheap, normally your chuck roast are usually around $6.99, maybe a little bit less a pound. But I went to Discount Foods, and this month they got a sale going on, chuck roast at $4.99 a pound. I can't go buy a whole chuck roast and trim cheaper than that. So I just went down there and got me 4 of these bad boys. Cut this in half. Get us a couple more chuck eye steaks. All right, hang on, guys. Before I tear this mother all the way up. Be right back. All right. Need to hone her up a little bit. When you do this, always make sure the blade's pointing away. Take your damn finger off. All All right, well, I screwed the butcher this one up a little bit. There's 2, 3. I need to base cut this one a little bit. I got goobered it up. Cuts a whole lot better when she's sharp, boys. Yeah. All right. 4. All right. Let's see what the next one brings us. Ah, yeah, this is another good one. Yeah, there. Same thing. All right. This one here really ain't got the chuck eye in it, see, because it's missing that top muscle right there, that eye that you're seeing right here. All right. So this is just going to be a regular chuck steak, which is just fine. Same thing applies. You get your fingers in there and get to working. All right. Just start pulling. Working that fat down. Don't cut. You just need a little bit of that knife blade. You don't need to work your whole knife in there. Just a little bit of that knife blade. Work it down that fat right there. Get right there. Just whack her off. All right. Good looking chuck steak right there. See him right there for a minute. All right. So we're going to hit right here. That'll cook. All right. This one here needs a little bit of trimmed up. Normally my butcher does a little bit better job of trimming stuff up. It's all right. She'll grill. This end, like I said, grind. Yeah. Well, they do a little bit better job getting this off than this. Huh. All right. So, let's go for this right here. Look at those. Beautiful Denver steaks. Look at that. All right. Last one. What do we got? Now this one I said comes off the front. Another one that comes off the front. You see how that eye is well defined right here? And that rib steak, rib muscle is not as defined. So here, we really go. Look at there. Sometimes you get this, the old butcher gets away with the knife over here. So what we're gonna do there, we're just gonna take that off. Throw that in our little grind. All right. I didn't see that in the package. Butchers do a good job of hiding stuff in the package. Take that little flap off. That goes in the grind. All right. We're going to go in here and see what we can do. Same thing. All meat you got to do is just follow the seam. And that's it. Follow the seam. Little bitty seam right there. Get her cut in. Alright. I'll make a decent little steak. Alright. Now that package, you got 2 chuck out steaks and 2 chuck steaks. Good haul. Got 4 rib meat, 4 Denver steaks. Got a little bit of grind. And this is nothing I really want to do with at this point. So we're just going to cut it up for grind. If this is late summer or fall, maybe winter, I could cover it up for stew meat, but stew meat's out, season's out. All right, so that was $9, $10, $9, say $10, $18, and $10.78. 8 steaks at $7.99 a pound. There's probably 2 pounds here. I've probably 3 pound steak because these are probably close to 10-ounce steaks. Denver steaks, couple more pounds here. I probably got another 8 pounds of ground. So basically, for $40, I just cut up $60 worth of meat. And all you needed was really 1 knife. But you could do this instead of going and getting a chuck roll. And a chuck roll requires you to have a lot of tools, grinders and everything. So, like this, if you didn't have a grind machine, you could cut this up in stew meat or fajitas or taco meat or whatever you want to do. I got plenty of taco meat and I got plenty of fajitas meat. So, this is Sandy Creek Patriot. Peace out.